I forgive myself for believing I should have done better when I didn't know how.
It is okay to forgive yourself. Not only is it okay to forgive yourself, but it is time to forgive yourself. Some of us have experienced situations in life, and if we can go back in time to those situations, we would have done things a little differently. Or maybe there were opportunities for us to speak up, and we didn't, and we wish that we would have. But it's okay to forgive yourself. It's okay to accept that what has happened, and to move forward knowing if it did not kill you, then it adds to your story.
There's so many people that are beating themselves up about decisions that they made, mistakes that they made, poor choices that they made. They're beginning to define themselves based upon those decisions. But it's important to understand that what you did, it was what you did, it's not who you are. And you cannot hold yourself hostage to that season of your life that you were in. You have to move on.
I'd be insane if I let you hit. I need you. Should be here for my regret, for morning up late again. Tell me what's good for me, but I know up late again. Back it up on your breathing face.
Hey girls, y'all, I done messed around and broke the bathroom faucet, the tub faucet. So if you guys hear something in the background, that's what that is. Maintenance should be on the way to come fix it. I'm over here debating if I should call the leasing office to kind of speed the process up, but I've already put in a service request. Girl, I'm not gonna tell you that maintenance has not come yet. Y'all, the water is still freaking going. I have called, I have left a message, I have sent the service request. Girl, I don't know, they need to come on. So what I did, I called back and I told them that it was an emergency. Maintenance man, he came. Girl, cause I literally had, baby, the way I left that message, I was screaming like a damn hyena, a damn coyote. So anyway, I was like, it's flooding, it's gonna ruin everything. Girl, y'all, that fool came and knocked on the door in like, maybe like a minute, 30 seconds. Don't fucking play with me, come fix this shit. So anyway, girl, he turned the water off or whatever. So I guess the little spiral thing was, I don't know. But anyway, he here. And so I guess he going to go get some more supplies or whatever. Yeah, fix that shit. I should not have had to lie and scream and yell like a fucking banshee for you to be here. You should have been here the minute I submitted the service request. But anyway, y'all, so I'm ready to be able to fix this because I want to make me some food, and I don't know. I don't like making food and cooking and stuff when maintenance be in my house. You know what I'm saying? All right, girls. Lately, I have been having so many headaches. I don't know if the headaches are coming from stress. I don't know if they're coming from just sinuses. I don't know what's going on, but I decided to pull out my Bob and Brad mask, iOasis 2. You've seen that in a previous video. So what I decided to do is use the heat option, and then I also paired it with my cell phone so I could listen to some relaxing music. I know that I explained to you guys that it does have 3 different options on the mask. So you can have the heat, you can have the air pressure, you can have the music. You can use those simultaneously. But today I just wanted to relax just a little bit more now. As far as the pairing, you don't have to pair your device to your cell phone or your mask to your cell phone if you don't want to. I just decided that I wanted to do that because I just wanted to listen to my gospel music. My favorite settings on the mask is indeed the heat setting along with the music. So you can select, like I said, all 3, or you can use them individually, or of course you can kind of mix and match. Mask is very easy to use. All you do is plug it up to make sure that it's fully charged. As long as the blue light is on, you take it off the charger, you press and hold the power button for approximately 2 seconds. I'm gonna highly recommend that you get it, guys. We're in some really stressful times right now. It just seems like if it's not one thing, it's another. I'm gonna make sure that I link the mask below. I'm gonna strongly encourage that you grab yours today. I know that I've enjoyed using mine. If Bob and Brad is gracious enough to offer us an additional discount code, I'll ensure that I link that below as well. I would also like to thank Bob and Brad for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and on to the vlog. This is the wig that I froze. So, oh, it's also the wig that I dyed. So we're gonna thaw this out and just see if this little TikTok trick works. So it's supposed to like decondition the wig really good and all of that kind of stuff, girl. So we gonna see. Baby. Oh my God. It smells good. Okay. Oh, y'all, this part is super hard. Oh my God. Okay, it's loosening up a little bit. Okay, girls, what I can say is that the wig smells amazing. I can also say that it is super soft, but to be honest with you, we really not gonna know like what's, you know, we're not gonna really know if the texture or whatever changed until I can just get this completely bone dry, which I'm probably about to blow dry it now just to, you know, just to see. But oh my God, when I tell you this thing smells so freaking good, oh my goodness. All right, girls, this is how the wig came out. It is not exactly dry, but I did kind of add a few spiral curls or wand curls to it. I also added, you know, some curls with just like a 1-inch barrel. And it's really cute and fluffy and all of that good stuff or whatever. But I still need to, you know, tack it down, add some spray and all of that type of stuff or whatever. Now, what I would more than likely do, I would just take it and roll everything going away from my face with some flexi rods. And, you know, I would just do it like that or whatever. It did come out better than I expected, but girl, when I was blow drying this hair, it literally just felt like wire. But I think, you know, I think it looks good. Now I'm gonna say this, I don't feel like this hair is 100% human hair for whatever reason. I just don't. It's not as crunchy as it was when it had the gray hair in it. So dyeing this hair did soften it up quite a bit. But girl, wait a minute, it keeps sliding back. So anyway, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of looked like the wig we just took off. But anyway, I would define the part. I would do a lot more to it, or maybe, I was gonna say maybe put the part in the middle, but that wouldn't really matter. So I would just pull everything back like that. I don't know, it just seemed like it seemed like it was doing better. It seemed like it was, I don't know, girls. I know that I could work with this hair, but wait a minute, let me show you something. what I did like and what I do like is, baby, this bad boy can hold a curl. Now, I do think that, oh, wait a minute. Look at how, oh, wait a minute, is this curling? Oh, no, it's not off. It can hold a curl. So as you start curling it, look at that. I like the body. Once I curl it and I put my, you know, put the shamalama ding dong on this mug, it is going to be gorgeous. But we just have to, you know, get it shaped up a little bit more. So I came here to say, girls, if you're having a rough day or just, you know, sometimes we wake up and we just have these days. You know, I'm having one of those days. But I decided that I was gonna do my hair and do my makeup, and I was gonna look pretty instead of just letting the day take me over. You know what I'm saying? There is no special occasion or anything like that. I just want to get to the point where I'm not allowing anything to take me off my square. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am so fucking over it. It's just like, I feel like I'm living in a loop. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I just feel like those days where you kind of just let the day take over. You don't get anything done, you know? I'm just so sick of that. I am so sick of that. I know a part of it is, you know, sometimes it's just the hormones, you know, dealing with cramps and stuff like that. But it's just like, I just want to get ahead of that. I don't want anything to stop me no matter what it is. I literally want to become unstoppable. So yeah, girl, but anyway, this was definitely one of those rough days, but you know, I pulled it together and I feel better. When I do my hair, when I do my makeup, when I put on something decent or something really, really pretty, I'm not gonna lie, I feel so much better about myself. And so that's why I'll never understand, like, for the girls who like to get pretty and go out in the world, I'll never understand why other women have an issue with that. Because typically as women, it's like if we look good, we feel good, you know? And so when you go out in the world and you're dressed really nice, especially at work, when you put yourself together, you look really gorgeous and pretty at work. I hate when people used to be like, where are you going? What's the special occasion? And it's just like, why can't it just be the fact that I'm coming to work? Why does there have to be a special occasion? Why can't I just take pride in myself and understand myself and be self-aware and know that when I get up and when I put myself together and I look pretty and I put time and energy into my outfit and all of those things, like, why do I have to explain that those are the very things that make me perform better and make me show up as my best self? Like, why do we have to explain that, you know? And so I'll never understand the nasty backbiting comments and shit that you get from women simply because you like to look good. And let's be honest, I hate to say it, but I'ma say it. There is a reward that comes with presenting yourself well. There is a reward with looking gorgeous. There is rewards come from that. It could just be acknowledgement. A lot of times, you know, it's like you look a certain way and it's like people want to give you opportunities because you look a certain way, you know. And so I'll never understand why people, you know, make the backbiting comments or all of the things. And for the girlies out there who, y'all know what I'm talking about, you know, get down to the comment section and, you know, tell your story. But I do notice that when you put yourself together, especially when you go into environments like some of these work environments where people just kind of roll out of bed and show up, you are the one that's going to get the most, you know, flack, if you will, or you're going to be the one that's going to get a little bit of a hard time. And I used to always think it was because, like, you're changing the standard of what's acceptable in the workplace. And so if you got people at work who kind of show up with, you know, leggings or a step above, whatever is between leggings and athleisure wear, there is something in between that you can get away with at work. So they show up with that on, just any shirt, just looking any kind of way, literally like you rolled out of bed. They haven't invested in themselves. It's just one of those things. Like, I feel like if you go into a new work environment and you dress well, you look nice, I do feel like they start to feel like, oh, she came in and she's going to change the standard of what's acceptable. I have been in environments like that, and when I've gotten there, because of the way I show up, what I hated that sometimes management would do, or they would send out an email reminding people of how they're supposed to look at work, or either they would send out the code of conduct, specifically the dress code policy. And it's like, I hated that, because it's like, why did you guys do this before I got here? Or is it now like, oh, you see that someone is coming to work and they are taking pride in their appearance and you want to reinforce so everybody can come to work looking put together? I don't know. I've always hated that. But honestly, girls, y'all know I just, like, I am a girl's girl. I love the girls. I grew up with all sisters. I have a predominantly woman family, or mostly everyone in my family are women. But I do not like to work in female, or I hate the word female. I don't like to work in environments that are dominated by women. Like, I do like to work in male dominant environments. Those tend to work better for me. And I notice when you work in environments, people tend to leave you alone a lot more. You don't have to deal with a lot of drama and stuff, because it can be a lot of drama in the workplace. I'm lucky where I've never gotten into stuff like that. I've always kept myself out of that type of stuff. I can't say, I'm sure people have had things to say about me, which is fine. There's nothing I can do about that. But as far as just drama, I've kept myself out of it. And then that's another thing. When you go to work and you do your job, it's like sometimes people deem you like, oh, you're not a team player. Like, I was always the type of person at work, like, if you wanted to come and confide in me and tell me something, okay, that's fine. But I'm never going to ask you. I'm never going to be like, so what happened with you and your husband? Like, I'm never going to pry any further than you just being a listening ear, and I'm just not that type of person. I was always the kind of co-worker, if some shit went down and we needed to somebody suggested we need to put some money together to help somebody, I would do that. But I wouldn't go to the person to find out. And y'all, people have an issue with that. It's just like, people have an issue with that. People have an issue with you not telling a lot of your personal business on these jobs. And that's why I be telling y'all, girl, just get you a Uncle Larry. And an Uncle Larry is essentially a family member that you have to take care of. And that way, when people ask you what you did on your free time, I took my Uncle Larry to the park. I had to take care of my Uncle Larry. Or my Uncle Larry have a doctor's appointment. And that way, it keeps people out of your business. Because that's, that's another thing that's important. It's like, you already have issues on the job because you dress well, you perform well, you don't get mixed up in none of the shit, and don't nobody know none of your business, girl. So it is sad, but it is a part of the game you have to play. And if you, like, I really didn't want people to know anything about me at work. And so, when they would ask me about stuff, I would always say, oh, I got to do X, Y, and Z with my niece and my nephew. I would say stuff like that. And for you girlies who don't have a niece and nephew, you need to get you an Uncle Larry. So you and Uncle Larry went down to the park. You and Uncle Larry went down to the office because you're trying to get his diabetes under control. You and Uncle Larry, that's it. You need to be a caretaker. What did you do on your off time? Or what did you do this weekend? I drank a warm cup of milk, I read a book, and I took Uncle Larry down to the park. That's what you need to do. Do not let these people get into your business, because it's just, they're already making assumptions about you just based off of your appearance. But anyway, girl, I done went down this deep, dark rabbit hole that I did not intend on going down. This just started off, this conversation was really just supposed to be about, the importance of just, if you're feeling down, like how you put yourself together, it does make a difference, because I do feel better. But anyway, girls, I need to make me I need to place an order with Instacart, girl, because I need some more crispity, crunchity celery. I'm hoping that you guys will jump on the celery bandwagon with me, girls. Like, y'all, look at my skin. Look how shiny my skin is. Y'all, look how shiny my skin is. Y'all, this shine is coming from the inside. All right, girls, I had to come move the car because I just never want my car sitting in one spot too long. You know, I don't want, I don't know, I just don't want people to be able to clock. How the girls say, I don't want people to be able to clock my tea, clock it. I just don't want that. So anyway, I'm vlogging on the phone. So yeah, girls, I was like, let me kind of move old Bessie around. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, girls, you got to confuse the enemy. You hear me? And y'all, I actually did come down here. I came downstairs because I wanted to give me like a really yummy, delicious little snack or whatever. But girl, I looked in the gym and there was already a yummy, delicious little snack in the gym, girl. He fine, girl. Baby, the gym got a yummy, delicious snack in there working out. And I don't want him judging me because I was sure about to go in there and get me some powdered donuts and a Coke. So what I can honestly say is I have not been eating like anything bad. I'm really proud of myself, actually. So I've been good. I haven't really been eating like a whole bunch of sweets or whatever. So today I wanted me some powdered donuts or whatever. I'm trying to, y'all, I'm so nosy. But anyway, I'm trying to see who this man is. Y'all, it's been a, oh, he kind of, oh, yes, he look good. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie. It's been some good looking men down to the Arga on the harbor. It's been some nice looking men, girl. But anyway, so I had to come move the car and get, you know, get all of that stuff situated. And also, I didn't realize this. I'm gonna have to go back upstairs because, guys, I already placed the order with Instacart. So I need to go back upstairs and get my little black cart because when I do Instacart, when I have those people come to my house, I don't have them come upstairs and all of that. I meet them downstairs. So anyway, I got the same guy the last two times. So this time it may be the same guy, but either way, I just don't feel the need to have them come all the way upstairs and stuff like that. So yeah, girls, but I ain't gonna tell y'all how they down to TikTok, girl. They down to TikTok chewing Nelly up. Ashante and Nelly, girl, they chewing them up. They like, Ashante shouldn't have never married Nelly. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know me. I be having to like look around and stuff to make sure everything is good. But girl, they chewing them up so bad. They saying like Ashante should have never married Nelly. She should have just stayed, you know, being single and traveling. Cause girl, he's saying like he's not gonna help take care of the baby until the baby is literally actually able to communicate his needs. Like until the baby's able to say like, I need to go to the bathroom, I want something to drink, he's not gonna help with the baby. And I was just like, wow. But perhaps she knew that before they got together and that was okay. Or maybe you know, if she ever was to complain, he could be like, oh well, I gave you what you wanted. You wanted to get married and you wanted a baby and I gave that to you, so I, you know, whatever. I don't know. I'm just going off of what people are saying and the clips that I've been seeing about the show. But I'm gonna be honest, it just makes me wonder, like, y'all remember he was with Miss Jackson and they never got married or whatever. And you know, it just makes me wonder, like, maybe it was a lot of stuff in his, you know, just in his personality that just wasn't good. Maybe he's just like not a good guy. And sometimes when you get back with these exes, we talked about that in the last vlog or two, you get back with people because it's like that excitement again. Because sometimes if the breakup isn't that bad, you'll be thinking like, oh, it wasn't that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you sometimes forget. I mean, I don't forget. I'm past the stage of forgetting. But sometimes you do forget, like, or in the past, maybe you would forget why you guys broke up exactly. Or either you would feel excited and feel like, okay, I think we can work it out. But unfortunately, it just never, sometimes most of the time getting back with someone, it doesn't always work out because those same issues that broke y'all up in the past will come back. And then sometimes the red flags you ignore at the beginning of a relationship will be the very thing to break you up at the end of the relationship. And then also think about Nelly and the stuff that, like, this fool that went down to sing for the damn Tangerine Drama Queen. So when he went to rap or perform for the Tangerine Drama Queen, that's when all hell broke loose. And this is like, you know, Nelly was likable, I guess, up until then. But not only that, what Nelly does and the choices he makes in his career, political or not, is going to impact Ashanti. And then not to mention after that, I think he ended up getting in trouble for having some paraphernalia substances in his tour bus. Okay, so he got in trouble for that. And then there was two other cases where he had some, you know, assaults, if you will, against two women. And he got in trouble for that. Like, he got in trouble and settled out of court for that. So it's just like, golly, like, how many times? All right, girls. Do y'all still, or do you guys, when y'all write down like things that you want to accomplish, do y'all write it on like a whiteboard, or do you just like write it in a journal? Because I write everything that I want to accomplish in a journal. I write my really big dreams on my bathroom mirror, and now I'm going back to using my whiteboard. I used to use this whiteboard like in 2023, but I haven't used it as much because it's not really within sight, if that makes any sense. So I'm writing down some goals and stuff on here. What I do when I'm doing my, you know, just planning, I'll just title it, like I'm gonna title this board Dreams Do Come True. And I'm just gonna write out some things that I want to accomplish as far as just, you know, where I am right now. So a lot of what I want to accomplish, like I want to attract, you know, like more, you know, just better companies. I think I work with some decent companies, but I would like to attract bigger companies. Like I want to work with ThreadUp. That's one of the companies that I want to work with. And I think ThreadUp would be amazing for the Bombshell brand, because we preach about sustainability, shopping your closet and stuff like that. And I think that that would be like the perfect company to align with, because it just makes sense. So I want to work with, you know, companies like that. Oh, y'all, my hair. You know, I don't mind doing like the hair sponsorships and stuff like that, but I think for me, I just want like more visibility. Now, of course, for now, I'm going to continue to take those opportunities, but, you know, going forward, you know, I would just, you know, as bigger doors, more doors start to open, I just want, you know, better opportunities. So that's just one of the companies that I'm writing down. But I think what I'm gonna do before I just write all, you know what, now that I think about it, I think before I write all of this stuff down, I'm probably gonna write like, I guess a mission statement. You know, just a mission statement. And then I like to always write down, when I write my goals down and when I write things down, I always like to write them as though I'm writing a letter to God. So I don't know if I'm the only person that does that, but yeah, so that's what I'm over here doing now. We're waiting for our groceries. I'm so hungry, girl. I am starving, so I cannot wait for this guy to get here, and I'm praying that they have all the stuff. But I'm noticing with Instacart, I'm like, do they not have any lady shoppers? Every time I do Instacart, it's a guy. But yeah, so I am going to focus on filling out my, I guess, handwritten visual. It's not exactly a vision board, but I'm gonna finish writing this out and you know, just try to really be intentional about the things that I write. And you know what I'm thinking I'm gonna do? Maybe as some of this stuff comes true, maybe I won't be very specific, but I'll let you guys know like this, if this is working or not. And also, girls, if y'all want to join me, like go on Amazon, order you a whiteboard and just write everything out or whatever. And I'm gonna make sure I keep this somewhere where I can see it every single day. All right, y'all, so I am relaxing. I finished writing on my whiteboard. I don't remember the last time I talked to y'all, but I finished writing on my whiteboard, and what I did, I just wrote down some really intentional goals that I want to accomplish. and then I found a scripture corresponding with that, and then I just wrote out my own, you know, letter to God. So yeah, I finished doing that, and now I am about to use this neck massager. I know y'all remember this. This is from one of my sponsorships, girl, but my neck is so freaking tense. So we're about to use this, and then I'm gonna take this makeup and stuff off and take me a shower. I'm gonna have to take like a pain pill or something tonight, y'all. These cramps are wearing me out. Oh my God, they hurt so bad. But listen, girls, I'm finna put you up on game. Girls, if you really want to step up your game as far as your bedding, girl, you have got to put like a half a cup of whatever you use for your body wash. So y'all know my body wash that I absolutely love is Cremo. So girl, I used my normal amount of laundry detergent, and I use a half a cup of the Cremo body wash in my laundry. Oh my God, if you could lay in this bed, baby, the bed is so freaking soft. I used the Downy, I think it's Downy, yeah, the Downy scent beads. Y'all getting this recipe down? A half a cup of Cremo. Y'all don't have to use that one, just whatever your favorite body wash is, even if it's just Dove. Okay, so I did that, and then once everything was ready to put in the dryer, I just used two Gain dryer sheets. Girl, y'all, so first of all, the room smells amazing. And that's number one. Number two, baby, when I tell you this bed is so soft, so soft. Like, I ain't gonna lie, girl, I did not want to get up this morning. Lately, I have been waking up like at 6 o'clock in the morning, right? Every morning, 6 o'clock, no problem. Y'all, this morning I had hell getting out of this bed because it is so soft, and it's so soft and cuddly, and it just smells so good, and it's just so snuggly, girl. Y'all, I just wish y'all could just feel like how soft and cuddly this is. Girl, this thing not staying on my neck. Wait a minute, girl. It's upside down. I'm done. Is it upside? No, it was right. I don't think I have this right. Is it supposed to be like this? Oh yeah, that's it. Oh, y'all gotta get one of these. Oh my God, y'all. Oh my goodness, this is so intense. Oh my gosh, this is like, I'm telling you. Wait a minute, girl. I got to lift this wig up. Listen, PSA, if you've been trying to get Big Rufus out of your head and out of your bed, make sure you don't use this little concoction, because if Big Rufus keep coming over there, baby, you ain't gonna never be able to get him out of your bed. Oh my goodness, y'all, this thing wait a minute, it's not doing it. Hold on, girl, this shit be making me mad. Okay, there we go. Oh my God, y'all. Girl, this feel like a real massage. Oh my goodness. But anyway, girl, so yeah, if you trying to get somebody from out of your bed, you trying to get over somebody, you trying to, y'all know the part of the well, I don't really do this, because when I'm done, I'm done. I could say, like, in the past, before I got a certified in Gameology 101. Y'all know how, like, you be in a relationship with someone and then you guys break up, but y'all keep doubling back and dealing with each other. And it makes it even more difficult, because technically the relationship ended, the conditions ended, but y'all still, spending time together. First of all, I would not advise, okay? 10 out of 10, do not recommend. 0 out of 10, do not recommend. But anyway, so I'm just trying to tie this whole thing in. All I'm saying is, if you kind of trying to get somebody out of your bed and out of your head, you don't want to use this concoction, because it is going to make it very, very difficult for them to leave, okay? Oh my God, y'all, this thing is so, if you really, y'all, I'm gonna link this. Oh my goodness, I've been so tense. Oh, y'all, I'm telling you, get y'all one of these. Listen, all you have to do is take you just like a really good hot shower, exfoliate your body, and when you get out the tub, put on some body oils. Y'all know I freaking love using Neutrogena sesame oil, the dry oil. And then I just get in a bed and it be so cuddly and snuggly and smelling so good. Ugh. And then I like to grease my lips up, as you guys can see. I like my lips to be greased up, you know, and then I like to have my face like super moisturized. Girl, it take me about, I told y'all this before, it take me about a good hour to get in the bed. Oh my God, y'all, this is so, y'all, this is like having some big old strong warm hands on you, girl, just massaging your neck. Oh. Oh my God, y'all, I'm so tense, girls. Life is still chewing me up. I don't be really talking about that as much in my vlogs because I just don't want to be like the trauma bond girl or the, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to be able to look back on these vlogs and see myself working through all of the, you know, complexities of life, if you will. Girl, I was gonna say, what is that? Okay, it turned off. Okay, babe, I need one more round. It do get like a little rough. It get a little rough, I ain't gonna lie. But if you are just tense and you just been stressed out, I would definitely recommend this. I'm gonna switch it and just put it like this. Oh my God, wait a minute, it's not doing it that good. Hold on. Oh, okay, yeah, y'all, it's really meant for your neck, but I'm just trying to get like more of an intense, you know, more of an intense type of feel on my shoulders and stuff. Oh yeah, like the meaty part. Yeah, the meaty part of your shoulder where all the meat is. Like right here. Y'all see where all the meat is? That's, yeah, put it right there. It'll be like more intense. But girl, I don't have that much meat. Like, y'all, this ain't nothing but bones right here. So it ain't a lot of meat up there. I just got, oh yeah, right there. Okay, but yeah, girl. So anyway, what was I saying? Girl, this thing done tore my ponytail off and everything, girl. But anyway, oh, I'm gonna put, oh yeah, right there. Y'all see like that little part with a meat, see, like it's meaty. It's like real meaty right there. And that's, oh yes. Okay, you know what? I'm getting carried away, girl, but I'm just trying to get this position right so it could give me a better massage. Oh my goodness. Okay, y'all, hold on. Oh shit. But anyway, girls, I guess I'm gonna get off the phone unless I just feel like calling y'all back, like after I take a shower and stuff like that or whatever. But let me, like, I guess relax a little bit, and then I might give you girls a call back tonight. Hey girls. Okay, y'all, so we are working out of the lobby today. I needed to come and get a cup of coffee, y'all. This area is so, it can get a little bit distracting, just because it's like a lot of cars and stuff or whatever, a lot of people walking sometimes walking around or whatever, but y'all know how I do. I like to kind of change up the scenery a little bit. So last night I did not call y'all back because, girl, I ended up getting sick last night. So as you guys know, y'all have been here for, y'all who have been here for a while, y'all know I had the gastric sleeve. And unfortunately, even though it's been years at this point, I'm grateful that I've managed to keep my weight off, but I still get really sick. And with this surgery, you have to drink water. You can't drink water after you eat. So if you need to drink water, or if you know that you're about to have a meal that, you know, is not as, you know, moist, I guess, you're going to have to either take tiny little sips in between bites or not at all. And so anyway, I ended up eating some celery last night, and directly after I ate the celery, I drank water, and girl, it was over with. So yeah, it's just, if you're thinking about getting this surgery, that's just one of the things you're gonna need to know. This surgery was a success. I'll just give you the rundown real quick. I went to Mexico to get my surgery done, Tijuana to be exact. I can't remember the doctor's name, and all my paperwork burnt up in a fire. But anyway, oh Lord, they loud. This has been one of the best choices that I've made, one of the best decisions that I've made, but it's just dealing with the sickness, having to still learn after all of these years that you cannot drink and eat at the same time. Also, you still lose hair. Your body will literally let you know you're not having enough protein, because for me, I know I'm not eating enough protein because my hair will start to come out literally right here and right here. So it's growing back now because I've increased my protein intake. I eat lots and lots of eggs, lots and lots of turkey. Literally with every meal, I'm trying to eat a high level of protein. That's something you'll have to think about. When I first had the surgery, I lost all of my hair, like all of my hair on each side, completely lost it. You know, that was devastating. I'm trying to think what else. You lose weight fast, but then you have weeks where the weight will completely stop. And the reason why that happens is your body needs time for your skin and stuff to catch up, which is why if you've seen people who've had the gastric sleeve, you've noticed that they don't have like a lot of loose skin. 1 week you'll lose like 8 pounds. The next week you won't lose anything. Then the next week you'll lose 12 pounds. And then the next 2 weeks you won't lose anything. And that's normal. And it's just a natural way for your body to try to catch up, skin to catch up with the weight loss that you have. Another thing for me, I don't enjoy food as much as I used to. I mean, I enjoy what I enjoy. Y'all see how I get excited when I eat my favorite meal. You guys see how I get excited when I eat celery. When I go out to eat, it's not like really something like I'm extremely happy about. Cause you know, I know after about 4 bites, it's a wrap. Also, as far as restriction, like I still have a lot of restriction, and restriction means like you literally, like what I said, your body will stop you from eating. And so for me, I can't eat a lot because if I do, it's gonna come back up. I don't want to get too graphic, but you guys get it. You know what I mean by that. But unfortunately, the food will come back up. If I eat too much, that's not a good thing. And then going back to eating and drinking. So you got to eat first, and then after you eat, you have to wait 10 to 15 minutes, because if you eat, then you drink, everything you just ate is going to come back up. And so, I will say this, fortunately with this surgery, girl, you don't have a choice but for the weight to stay off, you know. And again, because I went to Mexico, girl, when they do your surgery in Mexico, they don't be worried about like, oh, we can only take out 15% of your stomach. We can only they take out whatever they want to take out that they feel is going to fit your body. And so for me, for everyone that goes there, what they do is, I don't know if they still do this because I had my surgery over 10 years ago, but when I went, they measured my bones, literally my bones. And when they measured my bone mass and all of that kind of stuff and my height, they determined that what weight I should have been, you know. And so I went in, I was 235 pounds. Right now I'm 145 pounds, so I've lost almost 100 pounds. And I've maintained it and managed to keep it off. Now, my weight has fluctuated at different times, but for the most part, I've been able to kind of stay at this weight or whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of give you guys some tips and tricks or whatever, because, you know, I still get sick, y'all. I do. I still get sick. I still deal with a lot of the things that I've dealt with when I first got the surgery. And then another thing, too, like, with this surgery, I don't care if you had it yesterday. I don't care if you had it yesteryear. I don't care if you had it 10, 20 years ago. It's just some things that you're never going to get used to. And so when you have these conversations about having weight loss surgery, it's always going to seem like you just had it yesterday or whatever the occasion is, because it's just things that you're never, ever going to get used to. If you are a girly and you don't like a certain amount of attention, you will get a lot of attention, and you may never, ever get used to that. You know, I'll just be very honest with you. You'll never get used to it. Your body dysmorphia will never go away, because it's times where sometimes I feel like I'm huge, you know, and then I look in the mirror, or either I'll edit a video and I'll realize like, wow, I'm not huge or whatever, but you still go through those things or whatever. And so if you've had the weight loss surgery, you've had the gastric sleeve surgery, and you want to talk about your experiences, talk about your experience, whether it's, something you're still dealing with, because I'll be honest with you, it's you just things that you're just never gonna get used to the day you die, girl. I am so grateful for this procedure. But last night, getting sick like that or whatever, it just reminded me of like some of the disadvantages or whatever. I'm trying to think if I left anything out, anything that I feel is of value. What I'll say this, I'm gonna add this, like sometimes depending on the things that you drink, your body is not gonna know the difference between your body won't know the difference between eating and drinking. When I would drink frozen Coke, I would always be like, I need to cut back on drinking frozen Coke because it's causing me to lose weight. Certain things like that will cause you to lose weight. And that's because your body does not know that a frozen Coke is not food. So what happens is you drink a frozen Coke and girl, you be full for about 6 hours. You can't eat. And even times like if you want like a little snack, there is no such thing as a little snack on this, when you have weight loss surgery. So for me, I'll say, okay, I want a little snack. And then you go to Chick-fil-A and you get a kid's meal, but you're not going to be able to eat for the rest of the day. That little snack is a meal. Save your important meals, or try to save your appetite for really good, important meals, because what you eat counts. Everything you eat counts. When you eat counts. And if you eat something at 10 o'clock in the morning, understand you probably not going to be hungry again until 4. And then if you call yourself having a snack, you probably won't be able to eat for the rest of the day. So I'm just saying, like, make as many sacrifices as you can when you first have the surgery. Like initially when you first have it, try to eat as healthy as you can. Eat lots and lots of protein, eat lots and lots of vegetables. And then as your surgery starts to get a little bit older, maybe you can give yourself a little bit more leeway. But to me, that's the best advice. That's the best advice I can give you guys. Going back to the thing of restriction, like if you were to have your surgery in the U.S. versus in Mexico. In the U.S., they do care about, well, I'm not going to say I'm going to say they do have, they do take out just a percentage of your stomach. So for example, in the United States, they may take out 60% of your stomach because they may feel like, okay, we took out 60% of her stomach. That's all we need to take out. Baby, in Mexico, in Tijuana, if you go down there and they feel like you need 85% of your stomach taken out, they taking out 85%. Guys, I had 85% of my stomach removed. 85%. And so that's another reason why even after 1,000 years, I still can't really eat the way that I want to, and my weight is still down because they take out a lot of your stomach. Also, when I went to Tijuana, Mexico at the time, girl, they really didn't have these big restrictions here. Like, so for example, if you go to a doctor in the U.S. and you are only, 50 pounds overweight, they're not going to do this surgery on you. But if you go to Tijuana and you 50, 60 pounds, they going to find a surgery. Girl, they used to have a surgery called POSE. It was a pose. And and this was for the girlies who maybe just struggle with having that extra 60 pounds on them. They would literally go in your body, go in your stomach, and staple the middle of your stomach. And so you could only eat half of the amount of food that you used to eat. So they had that. They literally had a surgery for any weight size or whatever. So Tijuana or going abroad for surgery is completely different or whatever. So yeah, I'm sorry guys. I just be wanting to make sure that I cover all of the bases with you guys. I wish that I had a clinic or a doctor that I could recommend, because anytime I do a video like this, you guys be wanting to know the rundown, girl, of the doctors and stuff or whatever. But unfortunately, I don't have a rundown. I don't have a doctor that I would recommend because all of my paperwork is gone, like I said. But yeah, I will try to answer as many questions as I can, guys. My surgery is really, really old, but the things that I deal with are still new, I guess, I'm not going to say new, but these are just things that I'm going to deal with for the rest of my life. But anyway, If you guys have any questions, just let me know and I'll do my best to answer as many as I possibly can. So I think I'm going to sit here and just kind of enjoy my coffee just a little bit. And I'll give you guys a call back in a little while. All right, girls, we are making some pita sliders. Well, we're attempting to make some pita sliders, girl. I did not want the bread to be like too crispy, so I decided to do it on the stove along with well, these are turkey sliders. But girl, look at the bread. I might have to put this in the air fryer for a few minutes. Look how soft it is. As far as the turkey, it is so yummy and delicious. I've shown you guys how I made this before, so y'all know the seasonings that I use. All right, girls, so this is our turkey sliders on pita bread. Now listen, I didn't add any mayo or anything like that. I just added cheese and the pita as well as the turkey patty. You can definitely add cheese and mayonnaise and all of that extra stuff if you want to. Now let me say this. I don't like my fries like too crispy and crunchy. I like them with a nice little crunch, but I like them to be kind of soft when you bite into them. Now let's try one of these sliders. The meat is very good. The pita is like super flavorful, but I'm gonna be honest, it does need a little bit of sauce, like I said, it needs some mayo, or you know what would be good? Caesar dressing. If you have some Caesar dressing, I would say maybe add some of that, but it's good. It's really, really good. Yeah. Putting the pita, frying it in the pan first, and then putting it in the air fryer for a couple of minutes. I think I put it in the air fryer for like 2 minutes. Perfect. That seasoning. Girl, the seasoning on the bread alone, I can probably just eat the pita by itself. I'm gonna add a little bit of ketchup. Yeah, that's good. All right, girls, so y'all, I just finished editing most of the video. The only thing I have left is actually this part, and I just wanted to come in and talk to you guys a little bit about the very beginning of the video. The very beginning of the video, you saw just a montage of me journaling and reading my journal, and really, you know, the monologue was basically about self-forgiveness. I have struggled so bad with forgiving myself, and if I can just be honest, I truly believe like forgiving yourself or lack of forgiving yourself can hinder you in so many different areas. One of the areas I have struggled in is just constantly replaying circumstances and situations where I didn't say anything, and I'm not really like a confrontational person. I'm not a pushover, but I'm also not a confrontational person because my power lies in my silence. But there are so many times that I just wish that I would have spoken up. I wish that I would have said something, and it's just things like it's like you literally ruminate over those things and you play those scenarios back over and over and over again. But lately I've just come to the resolve of like not forgiving yourself and beating yourself up for not saying something or for saying too much is just pointless. And it's pointless because it does hinder you. You know, I think it's so important to not only forgive yourself, but find power in what your power is, if that makes any sense. And so for me, my power is silence, you know, because typically I'm a very good communicator. I am typically vocal, and so for me, I know when I stop talking, that's a problem. And so I know that my silence holds more power than violence. I'm just trying to forgive myself for the times where I didn't say anything because, you know, at the time I just didn't know what to say, or at the time it just wasn't the right time to say anything, or at the time it was just pointless. I've just accepted the fact that sometimes, or for me, honestly, most of the time, not saying anything and letting someone have the last word for me is more powerful than anything. And so I really want to continue on this path of forgiving myself and not replaying those things over and over and over again. I feel like I just have this thing, like, now I'm just not gonna let anybody just say anything to me. It's brought out a form of aggression in me that I don't like, you know, because it's like, it is times where I'll replay certain things over and over again. Things that people have said to me, I'll replay those things over and over again, but I won't do any, you know, it's like, I'm trying to see how I can explain it. Okay, so I'll play scenarios over and over and over again, but in the scenario that I play, I can just see myself lashing out, or either I'll think, like, now, like, if someone was to ever do this, whatever, to me, or say this to me, they gonna have hell to pay. And I'm just like, it's not even worth it. But I think that's all a part of growth, and it's all a part of understanding who you are, whose you are, your power, and understanding, like, you have the maturity and you have the muscle, if you will, to handle those situations and still be true to who you are. And so if there is anyone out there just ruminating and you keep beating yourself up and you can't forgive yourself because you should have did this, you should have did that, it's all a part of, you know, the bigger plan. You know, sometimes we have to go through things to grow, or we have to grow through things. I think that's the best way to put it. In it is tough. I'm not gonna lie, it's tough when you have stayed in a relationship too long. It's tough when you've stayed in friendships too long. It's just tough, you know, but you gotta get over that hurdle, because it just feels like when you don't forgive yourself, you get stifled. It stifles you, you know, it stagnates you. You can't grow because it's like you're stuck. You are literally stuck in this place. And the sooner you get over that hump, the better life will be. The better you'll be able to handle situations. Sometimes, y'all, we just got to give people grace. I know a lot of you girls are probably tired of taking the high road, and, you know, it's like, why do I always have to be the one giving grace? Just think, like, you just have to give grace, because there will be times where grace and mercy will have to be extended to you. So in the event that you are put in a position and you have to give someone grace, or you have the choice of cussing them out, always try to take the high road. I know some people be like, well, when they go low, I go to the crust of the earth. I'll just say it's a lot of shit going on right now, politically, otherwise, the economy, y'all, it's a lot of stuff going on. And I just think just be kind to yourself. I think that's my biggest thing. Be kind to yourself. And don't waste away these next days and years and months beating yourself up because you should have said something, or you didn't say something, or you should have did this and you didn't do this. Just don't do it, because it's going to cost you a world of regret, and it's going to really hold you back. I was watching someone's vlog, and she was saying, the faster you can get out of survival mode, try to get out of it as fast as you can. And I 100% agree with that, but I also have to add, the faster you can run away from the thought of, I should have did this, I should have did that, and you won't forgive yourself, the faster you can get away from that, the faster you'll progress and go on to the next level of whatever it is that you want to do. And so, you know, I say all of that to you guys, but I'm working every single day to forgive myself. But again, most of that thing that I beat myself up on is the way that I have allowed people to treat me. You know, I think Sometimes when you are a funny girl, you're jovial, you always seem upbeat, people know that you're not combative, and they know that you're not problematic, and you're not a difficult person. People look at that as a weakness, especially if you're not so quick to flex your muscle. And I am not quick to flex my muscle. I don't feel the need to do that. But guys, people will look at that as a weakness. They will. And people will abuse that. And I know that they say the way that people treat you is the way that they feel about you. But guys, understand, sometimes the way that people treat you is the way that they feel about themselves. They are projecting, and it is a reflection of how they feel about themselves. So when people say hurtful, brutal, mean things to you, that's really how they feel about themselves. And then I'm going to say this, and I'm going to close the vlog out. If you ever find yourself in a situation where there is someone speaking ill on you, to you, of you, they're trying to kill your dreams through their verbal vomit, in the moment somebody starts to speak to you in a disparaging way, or in the moment somebody tells you you're not good enough, you're not enough, you're not going to be successful, you just need to give up. The moment somebody says that to you, I want you to declare, and I want you to cast that out. In the moment they say that, I want you to say, I rebuke you. I rebuke you. I rebuke, rebuke those words. Girl, let me tell you something. Had I known that in the midst of so many hurtful, disparaging things that people have said to me, had I known that you can cast those things out immediately, had I known you can rebuke those words in that moment, and you can stand and you can declare that shit that they saying to you is not true, and that's all the argument and the fight you need in you, you don't need to say anything else. You just need to cast those things out verbally. I wish that I would have known that, because if I can just be honest, if I would have known that, I would not have had to spend years struggling and battling and having so much regret. I just wanted to come back and say that, guys, just don't spend the rest of your days living in regret. Don't spend the rest of your days beating yourself up, and forgive yourself. It's okay. It's okay to forgive yourself.